Rotating beacon on.
Boise ground, November 9075 Charlie, off at Echo to taxi to North Shade Hangar.
Cessna 9075 Charlie, Boise ground, taxi to parking via Alpha. We'll see you.
Taxi to parking via Alpha, thank you for your help.
Runway 28 right, not available. Advise on initial contact. You have information like Boise Air Terminal arrival / departure information like 22530. Wind 260 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 5. Dew point -13. Altimeter 3021. Visual approach is in use. Landing and departing runway 28 left, 28 right. Notices to airmen. The intersection of Foxtrot, Kilo, and Juliet is restricted to Group 2 aircraft and smaller. ILS runway 28 right not available. Advise on initial contact. You have information like
Voice clearance Cessna 61870 VFR to the south practice area with information Mike.
Cessna 61870 Boise clearance. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 0322.
119.6 squawk 0322 870.
Cessna 870, read back correct.
Boise ground Cessna 61870 at the North Shade Hangar, ready to taxi with clearance and information. Mike, need run up.
Cessna 870 Boise ground, runway 28 right taxi via Alpha. You can do your run up in the northeast de-ice area and advise the run up complete.
28 right via Alpha, run up at the northeast de-ice area, notify run up complete 870. I got brakes.
Good.
Yeah, the iPad would be just about worthless on the ground. Every time you're compensating for winds, the iPad.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's why some people use the suction cup mounts and stick them right there instead.
Yeah. I just keep mine on my lap.
Yeah. Suppose that works all right.
Yeah, once I got the...
Give way to a dash 8 exiting the runway at Echo.
Give way to the Dash 8 exiting at Echo 870.
Out of ground at 223 is Echo.
You know, on my cross-country trips, once I got my airport side, I just fold it up, put it away, stick it in the pocket.
Park B Alpha at 223. Ground as in 342 is ready to taxi.
What they report the winds as?
And Cessna 870, hold your position.
Hold my position, 870.
President 342, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha.
28 right via Alpha as in 342.
Cessna 870, follow the Dash 8 and continue taxi.
Follow the Dash 8, continue taxiing 870. 260 is ATIS.
Okay, so let's think about which way.
ATIS Mike.
We have Mike as in 342.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, why?
I know what they reported, but now look way up ahead at that windsock way up there.
Well, and I was trying to catch this guy, but it's hard to see which angle it is.
It's hard to see.
I was going to say, I don't know why there's not more windsocks along the runway, at least at this end.
Be nice.
Like it's awfully sparse. I did mess up earlier. They told me to fly runway heading, and I turned crosswind.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Say something to you?
Oh yeah.
They give you a phone number, tell you give them a call when you landed?
No.
That's good. Were you using student pilot as part of your call sign?
No.
Oh, see, that would have saved your bacon.
A little bit of balloon there at the end.
A little. I don't know what the... They didn't really look like much of a balloon, but it looked like they were kind of fishing for the runway.
Yeah. Sure enough, there's the birds hanging out at the end of the runway.
Yep.
Round SkyWest 316 Mike, pushback Bravo 10.
SkyWest 316 Mike, voice to ground, pushback, your discretion.
Pushback, our discretion. 36 Mike.
Voice to ground, Cessna 101 Golf Victor, clearing 28 right at Echo, taxi to Jetstream.
Cessna 101 Golf Victor, voice to ground, taxi to parking via Alpha, see ya.
All right, parking via Alpha for Cessna 101 Golf Victor, thank you much.
Ground Sky 316 Mike, I forget, what are the, how early can you go on any heating time?
5 minutes before and after, so you're on the hour, should be alright.
Cool, thanks.
Alright. Cabin doors closing latch.
Check.
Flight controls. 3 and clear. Offsetting. Primer in and locked. 3021, 021, 275, 75. There. Flaps good. Voice ground, Cessna 870, run up complete.
Cessna 870, roger, continue taxiing, contact tower.
Continue taxiing, contact tower 870.
I have the controls.
Your controls?
My controls.
Alright.
Now watch this and listen as we pull up, as we approach the runway.
What am I listening for?
Oh.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Little voice on there.
No kidding.
And it'll tell us when we take the runway too.
No kidding.
Okay, your controls.
My controls. And we are on COM 1.
Yep.
118.1. Boise Tower, Cessna 870, holding short of 28 right, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 870 Boise Tower, runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff. Wind 260 at 8.
28 right, clear for takeoff, 870. Right. Trying to put my sunglasses back on.
There.
Yeah, I
Entered
can hear.
runway 2.
Yeah. That's pretty good. You have to say. Where's my windsock now? You won?
Nope. Wait, right there.
There we go. So, all right,
Yeah.
ready?
Yep. All right, you can go ahead and slip into the clouds now.
Roger.
Fly runway heading, climb at 80 miles per hour.
Roger.
Cessna 870, left turn out approved. Contact departure.
Left turn out approved, going to departure, 870.
Okay, turn left 210.
Left 210 and flip flop. Boise departure, Cessna 870 with you climbing through 3,700.
Cessna 870, Boise departure, radar contact.
Busted 210, we'll come on back. And
All right, we've
210.
now let's go ahead and climb 6,000. We have
6,000.
Let's get the Boise VOR set up in nav 2 and identified.
So nav 2, this guy over here.
Yep.
Okay.
So-
And so we've got 113.30.
Okay, let's identify it.
And then
Come up here. Yep. All right, that sounds like BOI to me.
okay.
Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to intercept the 215 radial.
The 215 radial. So I've got this tuned.
Uh-huh.
Now is this,
Yep, that's nav 2.
and this is already working?
Yep,
Okay. So you said 215?
215.
Okay. So there's 215,
Okay.
and I'm actually, well,
Now just turn the plane to your heading that you're going to intercept. So turn the plane to 215.
Roger, because I'm going to fly parallel to
You're
it.
going to fly parallel to it, but then you can check the needle and stuff, and that'll give you an indication of what you need to do.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Get over to 215. Okay, so there's 215.
Okay, now looking at your OBS there and looking at the needle, now you can make a determination which way to turn,
Right, and I know I definitely need to go to the left.
right? So, but now you need to decide what kind of intercept angle you want.
Right.
You know, we're still in pretty close. We're not very far out from it, but we are tracking outbound from it.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and make it a 30-degree angle there.
30-degree angle. So,
Yep.
so we're going to go 185.
Okay.
There's 185, and yeah, the airspeed, I'm just bouncing all over the place. Can't really get it dialed in.
All right. In turbulent conditions, it's going to fluctuate as you fly through the bumps and everything.
Right.
So as long as you're generally averaging what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Voice airport information, November now current, altimeter 3021.
Okay, you see that? See that needle starting to come in?
Yep, I do.
So you have to kind of judge your turn onto heading by how fast the needle's coming in.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and start my turn.
Okay.
Horizon 342, contact Salt Lake Center 118.05. Good day.
1805, Horizon 342. Have a good day.
215.
Okay, now here's where you have to get real precise with your headings. So fly precisely heading 215 and observe that needle for a little while. Because if there's a crosswind, we might be drifting off course.
Right.
And then you'll have to bracket a little bit to get it back on to establish your crab angle.
Okay.
And we'll level off at 6,000 and go ahead and set for cruise and adjust the mixture and everything.
Roger.
Okay, notice how we're about a dot deflection.
Okay, so
let's make it at 10 degrees to the right.
Yeah, and we're already at
225.
We're already at 10 degrees to the right.
Okay, we also have to watch the gyroscopic precession. Always check it against the compass too.
So we've got 2-1 there, 2-1 there. So we're going to come a little bit to the right, get that nose down a little bit.
Let's adjust the mixture. Ah, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Not too bad. A little bit bumpy, but eh.
Yeah. So now one thing, you do have your indicator at the bottom too. So if this is our radial from, so we got the from flag. You know that right here at the bottom, that's our bearing too. So we could just turn around and fly 035 straight back to the Boise.
Roger.
Okay. On nav 1 now, make sure our nav 1 is set to VLOC. No, leave nav 2 alone. Nav 1 is in the GPS.
That guy, okay. VLOC.
Okay. All right, well, we have the 113
Okay, with 316 Mike, Boise
set up,
contact,
but
leading 5,000,
look at the
turn right,
CDI.
heading net
It's on
050.
GPS.
Right, let's
So
turn
we
to
want
VLOC.
VLOC, okay.
There you go. Now we got to identify it.
Okay, so this guy?
Yeah, just push it. And see where it says ID right there?
Uh-huh.
So that's just like pulling this out, same principle. Okay, but now you got to hit the button up here. Okay, sounds good. You can turn the ident off. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to dial in the 225 radial on nav 1.
Okay.
Okay, now let's intercept that.
Okay. So we're flying already. Well, let's get parallel to it. So now we're flying 225 right there, and I'm gonna get my altitude back. So there's 225. So we know it's to the right.
Okay.
I don't know which. I'm not sure which VOR we tuned in there.
The top button. The top one is what we have in. The bottom one's our standby.
Okay, so we're also, they're both on Boise. They're both on 113.3.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
So now
Scale 316
we're
Mike,
flying parallel to, so
join J54 with the
I
navigation.
need to come back down again. We're going to need to come to the right.
Okay. So select an intercept angle that you want to use.
So I'm going to go ahead and use, for 225, I'm going to use 255.
Okay.
There we go. There's 255.
Go ahead and keep the climb going. Let's get up to 7,000.
Roger. Okay, we're going to go ahead and climb to 7,000 at 255.
Delay that. Let's stay at 6.5.
6.5.
Okay, as soon as you get that course intercepted,
Yep.
then on nav 2, I want you to center it up for a bearing to the VOR,
Roger.
and then we're going to make a request from approach.
Roger.
We're going to request to overfly the Boise VOR at 6,500.
All right.
Okay, so nav 2, let's
Yeah,
find our
I was still tinkering with the power and pitch. I'm all over the place.
maybe 2-8 Gulf wasn't as bad as you thought. It's just the day.
Yeah. All right.
All right, nav 2.
So nav 2, we want
Find a bearing to the station.
a bearing to the station. So we've got 2 there. So
There it is.
about
Sky 316 Mike, contact Salt Lake Center, 118.05. Good day.
about 045.
Okay. Make a request to Boise Approach to overfly the Boise VOR at 6,500.
Boise approach, flat at 786 Whiskey Mike.
And you could let them know that we could accept a different altitude if needed.
November, park injection, yes.
So we want to overfly
Flight 786
the
Whiskey Mike,
VOR
Boise
at
Approach.
6,500.
Transmission's real static. You understand November. What was the last part?
Parking Jackson Jet, 6 Whiskey Mike.
6 Whiskey Mike. Fly heading 360, vector around the restricted area. Descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 9,000.
Okay, 360 and 9,000 discretion, 6 Whiskey Mike.
Boise Approach, Cessna 870. We'd like to overfly the Boise VOR at 6,500, and we can take a different altitude if needed.
Cessna 870, maintain at or above 6,500, proceed to the VOR.
At or above 6,500, proceed to the VOR 870.
Okay. Left or right hand turn, your choice.
Roger.
Intercept that bearing 2.
Roger.
Cessna 870, you just want to practice holding over the VOR?
We're just going to overfly it once and return to the south practice area.
We'll just overfly it once and return to the south practice area 870.
Cessna 870, roger.
Whew, nice not to be facing into the sun anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so we said it was about 045, which we're at about 055 right now. It's still to our right, so we're going to come to about 075 to intercept that radial.
Let's just stay like at 6.6. Gives us a
Roger.
little room above that
Okay.
that floor they gave us.
Yep. So 2,400.
Hey, watch that needle.
Yep, working on it. Okay, so now we're going to come back to 045. Away from it a little bit, so put in a little bit of a crab angle. So we'll try about 04. Well, blew right past that. We got 0, what is this? 0, about 3? Nah, I can't. Can't trust that thing right now. All over the place.
Yeah, it's hard to use when you're bouncing around.
Sure enough. So we're still a little bit to the right, so we're gonna come back over here to the left. That's 0.4. So
Set up a direct to the VOR here on your Mini.
you did?
Yep, got the little blue airplane following the little pink line.
Nice. Okay. Now we'll start kind of creeping back to it, and that's still, let's see, that's about 0.2. Yeah, these two are not staying remotely aligned. So that's 3 right now, so there's 3. Come over to 0.45. And actually, let's do about 0.4 since we knew we got blown that way last time.
I like the way you're thinking about things. When we get over the airport, I'll let you cheat and look out.
Pilot's discretion.
Not very often you get to fly over Boise this high.
All right,
That wasn't us.
discretion on down to 5,000, 6 Whiskey Mike.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how much of this altitude stuff is my configuration or is just
660 Mike, turn right
outside.
heading 015 vector base.
Okay, 015,
all you.
6 Whiskey
Yeah.
Mike.
You just have no control of the plane today.
Okay, so because we want to be about 1400,
Yeah, lean it out a little more.
Cessna 870, upon reaching the VOR, make a left turn back to the south practice area. Traffic inbound from the south.
left turn back to the south practice area and we'll be looking for traffic, 870.
6 Whiskey Mike, report to airport in sight, 11 o'clock, 4 miles.
Airport in sight, 6 Whiskey Mike.
6 Whiskey Mike, clear visual approach, left base, runway 28 right.
Okay, clear visual, left base, 28 right, 6 Whiskey Mike, thanks.
Imagine getting to do this for 40 hours for your instrument rating.
Under the hood?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not very pleasant, but I think it's, you know, you just got to do what you got to do.
It's important.
Yeah. I see that, yeah, I definitely see the benefit. My mom's like, you have to keep going. You have to get your instrument rating.
Yeah.
She's like, there shouldn't even be such.
6 Whiskey Mike, maintain that.
As we start getting closer, that needle's going to start getting more and more sensitive.
Okay,
Right.
about 4,500 tail final, 6 Whiskey.
She's like, there shouldn't even be a thing as just BFR.
Some countries there's not. Okay, so I'm showing 4.4 miles on the Mini,
Roger.
which kind of correlates with
About, yeah, we're
about
just
what you're
inside the
seeing
inner
there.
ring.
Yeah. I know you can't stare at the instrument, but I'd like for you to catch it when it flip-flops.
The
two from flag.
Roger.
Looking good. So what's real important now is you're getting really close, or 2.5, is don't chase it. You've you've got your heading kind of nailed down that's been tracking it. So on this last mile or so, if it starts swinging off, don't go chasing it. Just maintain your heading that you know has been working.
Okay. So I'm just going to stay on about 045 because
contact tower 118.1.
It kind of went both directions for a little while, but I think
Cessna 870, traffic no factor, 500 feet below now and descending. You can make a left or a right turn back South Park Area, your choice.
Left or right turn 870.
Go ahead and look out your window there if you want. Check out Boise from up high.
Pretty cool.
And there goes the needle swinging way out really fast.
Yep. There's 045.
Oh, see the flag?
Yep. And the needle's swinging.
Cone of confusion on both nav1 and nav2.
Yep.
There you are.
And now we're tracking from.
Yep. Okay, standard rate left-hand turn.
Roger.
Let's intercept and track 240 radial outbound.
240 radial outbound.
Oh, 6,500. Climb. We're busting our floor, I guess. Fortunately, when we're straight above them like this, they can't see us because their radar doesn't look straight up.
Well,
but that's no excuse.
Exactly. Okay, so we are cruising again. We'll get the engine back down to about 2,400. We're at 240, which is, this is showing about 230, so we'll fix that. And we are already tracking there pretty well on the needle. Well,
you can't say that when you're in that.
Now we're in the cone of confusion. Bum, bum, bum. Now we've got the from, so we'll set ourselves up at 240. Okay, so there's 240, the needle's to the left, so we need to come to the left.
But we're in so close, I wouldn't make it very much of an intercept.
Right, so we'll come over to, say, 225.
If I had a camera ready, I'd get some aerial pictures of our new digs down there.
Yeah, no kidding. And there we go. So now we're going to come over to 240. Probably did that just a hair late. And since we know the wind's generally coming from that direction, we'll make it, say, 245. And I would love if I could just maintain my altitude.
Challenging day, huh?
Yeah, well, and it makes me, makes me think I'm screwing it up here. So, the wind was not as strong as I thought, or my heading indicator has deviated from the actual compass.
So 245?
245, and I'm at about 235, so there's 245, and we'll come back over to 235 and intercept the 240 radio.
Pretty easy, pretty easy. Let's see if we can pick up Liberator just for the fun of it.
Roger.
Liberator's frequency is 114.9.
114.9. 09? Wait.
0.9.
There we go. Okay, so we're still tracking there. So we want to
Yep, flip-flop.
flip-flop and then listen to 2.
LIA is what we're listening
Departure
for.
Cessna 9075 Charlie, no restrictions, with you at 5,000.
Cessna 9075 Charlie, voice departure radar contact,
Perfect.
and I think you said it. But
All right, so what's our bearing to Liberator?
Resume well navigation and
hang
climb
on.
at
What happened
positive
here?
direction,
Because of this?
Charlie.
Yeah, you turned it to Liberator.
Roger. Okay. So 114, our bearing to Liberator?
Yep. If we were going to fly straight to Mountain Home Air Force Base. Of
Okay,
course,
so
that's not exactly where it's at, but
approximately 125.
very good. So if you were going to give a pilot report based on Liberator's VOR, how would you give your position?
Cessna 870, cancel altitude restriction.
Cancel altitude restriction 870. So we would say we are, well, we don't have DME, right?
Well, yeah, we don't have DME. You could get the distance from the GPS though.
Right.
Plug it in there.
So we would say that we are X miles tracking inbound on the 125 radial to Liberator.
Ah, see, that's where you got the radial and the bearing backwards.
Our 125
We're on
bearing.
the 125 bearing too, but when we give positions, we give them in relation to radials.
And
So
it's
look down here,
305
radial.
305 radial.
Piece of cake.
Roger.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit and go to the GPS
Roger.
and set me up direct to Caldwell.
Roger. So we can go.
Let's stay at 7,000.
Okay. I feel like I'm just chasing that altitude.
Now let's just try holding the pitch right where we want it. Just put that dot right on that line there on that attitude indicator
Okay.
and hold it there for a little bit. Let the plane get stabilized and then trim.
Okay. Now we're climbing.
That could be some up and down drafts.
Okay. So we can do the like that nearest,
You could do that.
and you don't care how I do it.
Nah, not really.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit the cursor, then I'm gonna go down to Caldwell, and then I'm gonna hit direct to, then I hit enter and activate, and then go back to my. Well,
You gotta remember the map.
There we go.
The map is in the
There we
nav
go.
chapter.
Okay, so
All right,
then
there
we
you
would go ahead and roll 297.
Now what about our CDI over here? Is that working for us now?
This guy?
Well, the one that's for the GPS.
If we hit that,
There you go.
now it is.
Okay, one more thing we need to do. If you don't do it, the GPS will actually give you a message and tell you to do it. There you go.
75 Charlie, traffic 11 to 12 o'clock, 8 miles, opposite direction. VFR target altitude indicates 6,600.
Looking for that traffic, 75 Charlie. Going to approach, experimental 198 Golf, 21 miles.
A lot of other neat features here. We scroll through some of these other chapters. Waypoint, we can get a lot of information about Caldwell. There's the map of the runways.
Terminal 198
runway
Golf,
lengths.
Boise approach.
There's all the
0,
frequencies.
3,
You know, the different approaches.
0323 from
And that's all just in this waypoint chapter.
Roger.
But you have to have a destination set up in the nav page for it to give you that.
Roger.
Okay, let's intercept that.
Yeah, so... Alright. So we put in
Terminal
297, so
998
let's go to
radar
270.
contact, 100 miles southeast of the Boise airport. Safe parking.
Okay, this time I want you to use the Direct 2 feature. Use the Direct 2 feature and take me to Murphy.
998 Golf, Roger.
Its identifier is 1 Uniform 3.
198 Golf, I'll be parking at the Jackson Jet Center.
So we'll...
Terminal 998 Golf, make
Direct
straight in,
2.
runway 28 right.
November 198 Golf, straight into 28 right.
So 75 Charlie, traffic no factor, 11, or actually 10 o'clock, moving 9 o'clock in 4 miles.
Traffic no factor, 75 Charlie.
Okay. So we're saying 182. So we'll set up 182, and then we'll make our turn to 182.
That's some pretty easy stuff, huh?
Yeah, not too bad. Nope. There's 182, and I'm gonna get back up to our altitude.
So what's the highest you've had opportunity to fly so far?
This is the highest I've flown in the club with Bob. I don't know, we were 10,000, something like that. We went over, we've gone to McCall and Lewiston.
All right.
With him.
Cool.
Okay, so there's 7,000. We're gonna put the nose. No. I've got it.
Remember, every time you mess with the throttle, it requires a trim change.
Right, and I'm trying to just get the needle to hold still so that I can, maybe that's my problem, so. All right, so there's about 7,000 and still not moving. So now we'll pull back the power. Now the needle's all over the place again. Get back over to our...
That's the 75 Charlie. Radar service is terminated. Remain your present squawk. I'm still working on center for you.
All right, we'll remain the present squawk and service terminated, 75 Charlie.
All right, you can go ahead and come out of the hood.
Roger.
We'll move on now.
You want to take the aircraft?
Okay, I have the controls.
Your controls?
My controls. Oh, dang it.
What?
We didn't do unusual attitudes.
I can put it back on.
Put it back on. Sorry. Now, we've kind of touched on it before, right? Done a little
Yeah,
bit.
I understand the concept. You're going to make the plane all funky and I'm going to fix it.
Yep. Okay. Remember, if it's in a diving unusual attitude, wings level before you try to pull out.
Roger.
75 Charlie, ident
Eyes
for me,
closed.
please, and say
Eyes closed.
Head looking straight down.
We're coming up on 9,500 and going to level off at 75 Charlie.
75 Charlie. Radar contact again, 22 miles southeast of the Boise Airport. Contact Salt Lake Center 118.05. Good day.
Going to 118.05 for Salt Lake Center, 75 Charlie.
Okay, your controls?
Paramount 908 Golf. Contact Tower 118.1. Good day.
108 Golf, 118.1. Thank you.
Those diving turns like that, you get the power pulled back so it
Right.
doesn't get you racing towards the ground.
Right.
Otherwise, that was okay. All right, one more.
Roger.
My
Your
controls? Your controls.
My controls.
Woohoo! Fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right, that was good. All right, you can take them off now. I have the controls.
Your controls.
All right, 6,500. Slow fly.
Roger.
Maintain 180.
180.
Okay, left-hand turn 120.
120.
Let's see if we can get that 100 feet back.
Working on it.
King Air 3130 Alpha, Boise departure.
Right turn
Continue to climb
210.
VFR,
Right turn
please,
210.
4063.
All right, good. All right, let's establish a glide and get ready for power off stall.
Roger. So there's 70. So we'll pitch for about we got full flaps, so we're going to pitch for 65.
Departure Southwest 1673 is with you out of 3,800 for 12,000.
So there's about
Southwest
65.
1673, Boise departure, radar contact. Turn left, heading 180.
So we're going to go ahead and
navigation.
use
Heading 180.
6,000 feet as our round out.
Southwest 1673.
King Air 3 Sierra Alpha.
Okay, just kind of hold it right here now.
altitude.
Roger.
Just let it kind of bleed off nice and gradual.
King Air 3 Sierra Alpha, radar contact. 18 miles west of Boise Airport, cleared to Pasco Airport.
I don't know that we ever really stalled.
Direct, maintain 16,000. Expect flight
Okay,
level
Let's turn left
200.
120.
120.
Approach goes 4509 17,000 with information and number.
Skywest 4509 at Boise approach. Descend to pilot's discretion, maintain 10,000.
Pilot's discretion 10,000.
Let's just maintain altitude here. We'll do this one just a little bit different.
Roger.
Instead of establishing the glide, just try to maintain altitude as you bring power back to idle.
Scott 4509, 17000 for 100,000.
And carburetor heat on.
Truck calling at once. Rising Air 140, Boise approach, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 1010,000. Rising 140, roger. Other aircraft calling Boise, say again?
That was just Skywest 4509 reporting and leaving 17,000.
Skywest 4509, roger.
Okay, let's do one more. This time, just
King
don't
Air 30
bring the
Alpha,
power
Flight
in. Just
level
recover it with
200.
just your pitch.
Roger. Okay, so we'll get back up to
Southwest
6,000.
1673, climb maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280, South 1673.
Cessna 870, radar contact lost. Say altitude.
Altitude 5,800. 870.
Cessna 870, roger.
That's odd. They shouldn't have lost us.
Yeah, no, that is odd.
Okay, that's good. Just go ahead and hold altitude here, pull it back,
Roger.
and just fly the plane without the power.
Rising Air 140, fly heading 110, vector outbound traffic.
It doesn't take much.
Right.
The planes are, we're not stalled anymore.
No, but we
hold
did
up.
lose a lot of altitude.
Yeah. Gotta bring it right back into another one here.
Skywest 4509, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 7,000.
Discretion 7000, Skywest 4509.
Okay, recover.
Roger.
Now let's just go around procedure. Full power, 20 degrees flaps. Alright, let's do a power on stall. There it is. Alright, piece of cake.
Rising Air 140, turn right heading 120. Southwest 1673, contact Salt Lake Center 128.05. Good day.
2805, good day.
Alright,
Southwest
simulated engine fire.
73.
Engine fire, so
King Air 30 Alpha, contact Salt Lake Center 128.05. Good day.
I know we were...
Skywest 4509, report to airport in sight, 12 o'clock,
What
20
else?
mile.
How about we shut the fuel off?
4509.
Skywest
Oh, fuel
4509,
shut off.
visual approach, runway
And mixture
28.
off.
Good visual
Mixture
2
off.
right, Skywest 4509.
Okay, alright, fire's out.
Fire's out.
Rising Air 140, Richard.
What are you doing coming in with throttle? You shut all the fuel off. Mixture's closed.
Okay, so fuel
You-
both.
No, you,
This is all foreign to me.
what? Nobody's done
No.
engine fires with you?
No, the only thing Rick
Rising Air
Ryerson did
140,
was
please
he
okay,
was put
recover.
in a
Down
45
runway
degree
3,
spiral and
Go ahead and
go
recover.
120 knots.
Climb at VY again. Okay, concept. The engine's on fire. What we want to do is we want to remove anything that might be burning, i.e. fuel.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to shut the fuel off. Mixture off. Fuel, fuel
Okay,
selector
fuel off,
off.
mixture off.
Okay? And at that point, we've killed the engine. We don't have the engine. But if you, later, after you get the fire put out, if you put the fuel back on, all
You
you're going to do is
might
reignite the fire, right? So a engine fire is going to result in a forced landing.
Roger.
Because we are
okay.
not going to attempt to restart the airplane.
Roger.
So we will, first thing I really want you to do is get that fuel shut off, and then we're going to pitch for that emergency descent like you were doing.
Okay.
And then once the fire's out, then you need to recover back to best glide speed and prepare for the forced landing.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it again.
Okay,
Engine
so
fire,
fuel off, mixture off,
which kills the engine.
which kills the engine. And now we're gonna pitch for a 45-degree angle, and
Let's turn the carburetor heat on too.
and then we're gonna pitch for about 120.
Okay, there you go. Fire's out.
All right, so now we're gonna level the wings, pitch for 80, and find a good place to land and start running through our checklist. Okay, so engine fire and flight, we already did that, we did that, we did that. Heater defrost, off.
That was 4509, contact
Airspeed
tower
120, we already went through that portion.
Discuss 4509.
Our off landing, radio, mayday, 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 transponder 7700, mixture idle cutoff, we already did that, fuel off, we already did that, ignition switch will be off, and we're gonna flip the master switch off once we have got our flaps at the desired setting. Winds were generally at the 280 direction, so looking out that way or where around here, at 80. What looks good? Well, we've got some roads out here, and doesn't particularly look like what.
The road over here.
Right.
You got both sides too. I noticed you're always looking out that way.
Oh, got it.
There's stuff over here too.
All right.
FedEx 362 Heavy, Boise approach, clear direct, Gonzi.
Kind of hard to tell in terms of power lines from here. Nothing's
120.
jumping out at me that there's power lines, but I don't know that for sure. We're still about 2,500 feet off the ground. This one looks pretty well deserted though. Right behind us, and we're pretty much on top of it.
I only see one truck on this whole road right over here.
Roger. And we're lined up pretty well nice for that, although we do have a row of power lines coming across
over
that way.
there.
So,
Over here looks good.
all right. Well, and at this
Look
point,
at that airspeed.
well, and at this point, we've already identified where we're going to land, and we know we make it. We could actually set ourselves up over the road for a really long final, and that might give some cars a heads up that, hey,
4 mile final,
something's going on. So,
Let's still keep that best glide speed though.
Roger. So we'll bring it back to 80.
Alright, there 140, contact tower 118.1, that keep it by.
That road is not as long
Looks like
as...
there's one power line down there, no factor, we're well high.
Roger.
There may be another one down there. Well, how high are we? How much room do we have?
We got, we're like still 3,000 feet above the ground, maybe 2,500 feet above the ground. So,
Okay, well we could just kind of do a 360s around this
Yep.
end of the road here.
yep, because we want to land heading that direction.
Okay. I'm gonna clear the engine here quick.
Roger.
FedEx 362 Heavy, pilot's discretion, descend to maintain 9,000.
Yeah, okay, so I like this. I do see that row of power lines.
FedEx 362 Heavy,
So we're going to go ahead and line up with it so that we're going over those.
Okay. And it looks like there is a car coming now.
There
too.
is a car coming, but unfortunately, and I'm going to say we could flip a little bit.
There's always the field too. We don't have to land in the road. We can land in the field. It's an emergency, right?
Yeah, but the road might give us a better chance of not flipping. So I'm not
Well,
going to
just
pass
make
it
sure
up.
we clear that car.
Yep.
Okay, let's offset now. We don't want to fly right over them. They got that whole 500 foot rule. So we're going to deviate. Simulated, we're still on the road.
Roger. So now we would want to slow ourselves down, get some flaps in there. So 1001, 1002. We were already at 80, so we'll come in with a little bit more. 1001,
Okay,
1002.
there are power lines out there now. Let's go around.
Roger. Going around, carb off. 1001, 1000.
We'd have made it. We had the road made easy. We'd have been over, cleared the car.
We did have another row of power lines up there, though.
Yeah, I think we'd have been on the ground and stopped long before those.
Roger.
Visual approach, runway 28 right.
1001, 1002. All our flaps are out, so we'll
Well,
climb
on
at
left
80.
block. You have the report in sight, sir. Pathetic 360 heavy. Pathetic 360 heavy, clear visual approach, runway 28 right.
All right, I think the only thing left for today's lesson is to work on some short soft field takeoffs and landings.
I like it.
We could either go back to Boise or we could go to Nampa or whatever you want to do.
Let's do Boise. That
Okay.
way when we're done, we're done.
Alrighty. So have you seen how this works at all? Since we're on our way back, what I'm going to do, we got our little airplane moving here, but I'm just going to touch and hold for a moment here, and then it pops
direct
up,
two.
airports, Boise, hit the direct 2.
Yep.
Boop, look at there.
So, turn that cabin heat back on. Let's see. 119.6, 118.1, so that's good. So let's use GPS. 021, 021. And 4,500 is probably good, yeah?
Yep.
So we're gonna fly about parallel that. The needle's still to the left. We're a ways out, so we'll go ahead and swing over to 360 and intercept the 021 radial. I don't know what to do here. Hold still.
Yeah, you just gotta... This says we're tracking 18.
We're tracking 018.
Now it's 016.
016, all right, well, that'll get us eventually to our...
So our next flight's our cross country?
Negative.
No?
We're flying tomorrow and Monday. Our cross country is until Wednesday.
Pathetic 362
What's-
heavy, contact tower 118.1, good day.
Alright, well Monday's our night flight.
Correct. I don't know what tomorrow is. Well, we'll look when we get back.
I'll have to look at the syllabus. Sure the next flight's not supposed to be the night flight?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we want...
The Group 2 aircraft and swarm. ILS runway 28 right not available. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. For the air terminal arrival / departure information November 23530. Wind 260 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 5. Dew point -15. Altimeter 3021. Visual approach.
I don't think that's changed. I mean, it is. It's November, but... Boise approach, Cessna 870, inbound for touch and goes with information November.
Well, they'll update it every hour, even if nothing
Cessna
changes.
870, Boise approach, ident.
4,500, 870.
Cessna 870, radar contact 10 miles south of the Boise Airport, enter left downwind runway 28 left.
Left downwind for 28 left, 870.
Cessna 870, traffic 5 mile final for the north runway, a heavy Airbus 306.
We'll be looking for traffic, 870.
Oh, I got him in sight.
Traffic in sight, 870.
Cessna 870, follow the heavy Airbus, or correction, maintain visual separation, heavy Airbus, caution, wait turbulence.
Maintain visual separation from the Airbus, 870.
Cessna 870, contact tower 118.1, good day.
Going to tower 118.1, good day, 870. Boise Tower, Cessna 870 with you for 28 left.
Cessna 870, Boise Tower, caution wake turbulence from the heavy Airbus, runway 28 left, clear for the option. On the go, make left traffic.
28 left, clear for the option, on the go, make left traffic, 870.
Okay, let's start off with a really nice soft field landing.
Soft field landing.
I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna guess when we're on the runway.
All right. He said left downwind, right? Not left base.
I don't remember. You can always call and ask.
Boise Tower, Cessna 870, did you want us in left downwind or left base for 28 left?
Cessna 870, resume your own navigation, runway 28 left, clear for the option.
Resume on nav, 28 left, clear for the option, 870.
That means do whatever you want.
Right, and I'll take the downwind.
362, heavy turn right at Echo, contact ground point 7.
Right at Echo, ground point 7, FedEx 362 heavy.
All right, thank you GPS, you got us here. So we'll start creeping on down to pattern altitude. And this, it doesn't, you don't have to do all or nothing, right? You can adjust it.
Right, yeah, it's variable. all that talk about us watching out for that heavy Airbus. He's been on the ground for 10 minutes now.
Yeah. So is the first part of, like stage one, is that a pretty challenging time in terms of the enjoyment for the instructor, and then once you get into the stages where the student's more comfortable flying, does that get to where it's like, all right, now I'm getting to go flying versus...
It gets a lot easier.
Well, and I would think it'd almost be more enjoyable as well, because then you're not so much on your toes.
Yeah. Still gotta watch everything.
Right.
Like flying downwinds 10 miles away from the runway.
Are you trying to be funny?
Yep.
Don't quit your day job. I'm just entering at a 45.
Okay.
All right. Car beat's already on. Let's bring it back to 1500, 1001, 1002, 1003. Pitch for 80. There's 80. Settling in ever so nicely. Thousand 1002, 1003.
There's the VOR right off our nose.
Sure enough, and there's 70. Ready?
Not bad, not bad. Okay, soft field takeoff.
Soft field takeoff. Oh, I forgot my 10 degrees of flaps though.
That's okay, you can still do the same procedure, but yeah, in the real world and on the check ride stuff, you really gotta get that 10 degrees flaps.
Roger.
Central Aircraft Boys Information Oscar now, current Boise altimeter 3019er.
I almost thought maybe you might have let this wheel touch the ground once after it got up, but I'm not positive.
On the takeoff?
Yeah. Still, overall, I give it an A.
All right.
Let's do a short field landing.
Roger, short field.
I want you to touch down within the 1,000-foot markers.
Within the 1,000-foot markers, roger. So I have like 30 feet, 50 feet, I don't even know how much paint that is.
It's about 150 feet.
Was that us?
I didn't catch. You could ask if that with last was for 870.
Is that last transmission for 870?
Cessna 870, affirmative, runway 28 left, clear touch and go. Wind 280 at 6.
28 left, clear touch and go, 870.
I think the 1,000-foot markers are about 150 feet or so.
Long?
So yeah. So
All
if
right.
you touch down within them, you're golden. And if you overshoot by just a little bit, you're still okay.
Roger.
Okay, try not to come dragging it in on a lot of power all at the last. If there's an obstacle or something there, yeah, we gotta make sure we're clearing it.
Right.
Oh. Okay, clear touch and go only so we can't stop. So let's transition to a short field takeoff.
Roger.
Keep it rolling though.
Okay.
Flaps are up. No, short field, so bring the flaps up. Short field. Okay. Alright, good. Let them know the next one will be full stop.
Boise Tower, Cessna 870, this next one will be full stop.
Cessna 870, you're parking north side.
Affirmative, 870.
Cessna 870, make left close traffic, runway 28 right.
Left close traffic for 28 right, 870. Take that candy out of your mouth when you're talking on the radio, dude.
Remember, we're on 28 right this time.
Roger.
Let's try the short field approach again, but this time let's try to keep our angle a little bit steeper so we can clear those imaginary 50-foot obstacles.
Okay.
And same thing, though, aim for those 1,000-foot markers.
Roger.
And we'll say the obstacle is at the 500-foot marker there.
Obstacle is at the 500-foot marker, and we're trying to. All right, that doesn't seem realistic, but all right.
Why doesn't it?
Seems like that the descent profile would be too steep.
Nah. 50 feet's not very high.
All right, I'll play your game.
Cessna 870, runway 28 right, clear to land, expect to exit at Echo or Golf.
28 right, clear to land, 870. I don't need to repeat back the expect commands, right?
Ah. Okay, now just set up your glide path to aim for where you want to aim point there.
Right.
Kind of halfway between the 500 and 1,000 foot markers.
Okay.
Just by getting it established way up here, an appropriate glide path, that's how you're going to make sure you miss your obstacles.
Right.
Now it's a little bit easier when you can really see the obstacles because you can see how your
height
approach profile's affecting them and stuff. And
right.
Looking pretty good. Might be getting a scotch high. Once you think you have the obstacles made, just power to idle.
Yeah, I think
all
we're
right,
good.
you cleared them. Power to idle. Good concept. Floated a little far.
Yep.
I think our aim point was just a little too far down. Okay, so Echo or Golf.
Right. But I'm simulating the entire maneuver, not just the first half.
Continue down to Echo or Golf. Turn right, contact ground. Good day.
Continue to echo, turn right, going to ground 870.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this plane. Bad.
Two. Hopefully Cam will save the day and he'll show up with something even better.
Cam can be a hero. We should have picked something down here to aim for.
Yeah. Landed Echo, try to make golf.
Well, we could have aimed for like Delta. Boise ground, Cessna 870, clear of 28 right, parking north side, shade hangar 870.
Cessna 870, Boise ground, taxi to parking via Alpha, see ya.
Taxi to parking via Alpha 870, see ya. Wonder what's ever going to happen to that thing.
I don't know. I haven't seen it move in 4 years I've been here.
Well, supposedly it's Steve Appleton's.
I've heard a couple different stories.
Yeah.
Steve Appleton's, I've heard that Gowan Field was going to restore it and make a static display out of it.
Yeah.